Hi, I'm Aric Chen, a senior news anchor, chief editor of Global News and Newsweek, and a mentor to an international policy think tank. With over 18 years in journalism, I have followed China's political system, leadership transitions, and its evolving role in global affairs. On this channel, I share clear, independent analysis of how power works in China and why it matters globally. Today, we explore two major stories from Asia, a power struggle in Beijing and China's hidden hand in the India-Pakistan conflict. Let's get started. Tensions are rising in Zhongnanhai, the heart of China's political leadership. Zhao Leji, China's number 3 official and head of the National People's Congress, has been missing from several key political meetings this year. Back in March, he was absent from the closing sessions of the National People's Congress. The official explanation? A respiratory infection. But the very next day, state media suddenly showed him back in public, raising more questions than answers. Independent commentator Cai Shenggun and overseas media sources are reporting that Zhao might be under pressure to step down. Some even claim his family is under investigation, a sign that political infighting in China may be spilling into the open. Zhao Leji was once considered a loyal ally to Xi Jinping, helping to purge Xi's rivals during his time as the head of the anti-corruption agency. But now, it seems even his own allies are being taken out. And it's not just rumors. One of Zhao's close associates, former Qinghai governor Luo Yulin, reportedly died suddenly in prison. Reports say that after his fall, over 100 people were questioned by China's internal watchdog. Is this a sign of a broader purge? And what does it say about the stability of Xi Jinping's leadership? Yao Cheng, a former Chinese Navy lieutenant colonel, believes that Xi Jinping has essentially lost control over the military. Although Xi still holds the title of chairman of the Central Military Commission, his trusted allies in the military have mostly been purged. As a result, he has military power in name but no real influence. Over the past 13 years, Xi used selective anti-corruption campaigns to eliminate those loyal to his predecessors, especially in the army. He appointed loyalists and punished those who disagreed with him, which led to deep resentment within the military. Xi's military reforms were poorly executed, revealing his lack of experience and capability in military affairs. His top-down leadership style turned the army into a tool for his personal control rather than for the Communist Party. In the party and government, Xi Jinping faces similar issues. Under his leadership, China has created enemies around the world, and the economy is in serious trouble. The so-called achievements of 40 years of reform and opening up have been largely wasted. Even his trusted officials are gradually being removed from key positions. Looking ahead to the upcoming 4th plenary session of the 20th Party's Congress, there is speculation that Xi may step down from his role as General Secretary and Military Chief, while retaining the more symbolic title of a state president. This would allow him to exit gracefully without triggering major instability. However, Yao believes Xi will be unwilling to step down voluntarily. As the top party leader, he still holds significant authority. Unless he's forced out, he may try to stay in power until the 21st Party Congress in 2027. One possible strategy for Xi to hold on to power is to start a war, especially over Taiwan. If war breaks out, China could enter a state of military rule, which would cancel key party meetings and help Xi regain military control. If he were to successfully take Taiwan, even if he is eventually stepped down at the 21st Congress, he could still retain enough influence
and prestige
to protect himself and secure his personal safety. While Beijing is dealing with internal power games, China is also quietly positioning itself in a high-stakes conflict between two of its neighbors, India and Pakistan. Recent air clashes between India and Pakistan have triggered global concern. But behind the scenes, China appears to be using this conflict to serve its own
strategic goals.
According to the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, 81% of Pakistan's weapons now come from China. This includes advanced J-10C fighter jets, missile systems, and air defense radars. Pakistan recently claimed it used Chinese jets to shoot down multiple Indian aircraft, including French-made Rafales. While India hasn't confirmed these losses, it's clear that Chinese weapons are central to Pakistan's military push. Experts say Pakistan, with a weaker economy and a smaller military budgets, is only able to match India's power because of strong backing from Beijing. This conflict gives China more than just arms sales. It offers a chance to test its military gear in real combat. Reports say China is watching closely with satellites, spy ships, and even fishing boats deployed in the Indian Ocean. With over 150 military reconnaissance satellites in orbit, China is using this as a live intelligence gathering mission, collecting data on India's missile deployments, flight patterns, and command structure. Meanwhile, India has shifted away from Russian arms and is now buying more from US, France, and Israel. In contrast, Pakistan is almost entirely reliant on Chinese equipment. So while China isn't officially part of the conflict, it's quietly expanding its influence in South Asia, one weapon shipment and satellite feed at a time. So what does all of this mean? In Beijing, a high-level shakeup may be happening as power becomes more centralized under Xi Jinping. Meanwhile, in South Asia, China is taking advantage of regional tensions to gather intelligence and test its growing military power. Two very different stories, but they point to one thing. China is playing a long game at home and abroad. Okay, if you found this breakdown useful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss future updates. Let me know in the comments, do you think Zhao Leji is really being purged? And do you think Xi Jinping is going to step down? And how far will China go in South Asia? Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.